if you have a fiber, a shred of humanity and decency, then you are either leaving the Democratic Party. I don't care if you're the Speaker of the House. And by the way, where the heck is Chuck Schumer, right? Either leave the party or denounce it, but you have to do something. You cannot let this happen. This isn't a policy debate. This isn't a linguistic debate. It's not a semantic debate. This is about the core of good and evil. This is just the ultimate evil. And Chuck Schumer, who calls himself, when he goes to Jewish meetings and Jewish crowds, he calls himself, is a play on word, he's the guardian of Israel, because the word shomer means guardian, which is really a phrase that's used to mean God. And he calls himself God. He calls himself the guardian of Israel. All right? Well, he's doing nothing. They're doing nothing whatsoever except for mainstreaming this and making excuses for it.
Exactly. There was a Jewish lawmaker, a Jewish legislature, who wrote a formula for how you can tell whether criticism of Israel is valid criticism of a government or a state, because that's perfectly fine. You know, I can sit here and say, well, I don't like Israel's policy on abortion because I believe life begins at conception. I don't like that social policy. It's not anti-Semitic. That's a legitimate criticism of a political policy in their state. This Jewish lawmaker wrote an algorithm for how you can tell whether it's legitimate criticism or whether it's anti-Semitism. He called it the 3 Ds. They are delegitimize, demonize, and double standards. So if someone is criticizing Israel or criticizing Jews and they're trying to delegitimize the existence of Israel, like perhaps, as an example, Ilhan Omar's comment where she said Israel's not a democracy because it's a Jewish state, because it's a religious state, even though all citizens of the state of Israel, even those who are not Jewish, have equal rights, which means that they are. That makes it anti-Semitic and not valid criticism. If you demonize Israel, such as saying, well, Israel, pays off American politicians to be pro-Israel, or they hypnotize the world, that is anti-Semitic and not valid criticism. Or if you exercise double standards, if you want to boycott, divest, and sanction Israel, yet you don't feel that same way about Venezuela, you don't want to sanction Maduro, but you do want to sanction Israel, or you have no problem with the U.S. sharing intelligence and calling the U.K., for example, one of our greatest allies, but you do have a problem calling the only democracy in the Middle East our ally because our ally in the Middle East is the Jewish state of Israel, that would be a double standard. The 3 Ds, that's how you can tell when you apply it to Ilhan Omar and the Democrats' defense of her anti-Semitism. It's very clear. It's not valid criticism of a government. It's straight anti-Semitism.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.